National 1 this week, Gala were at home to Watsonians, and Robin Purdy brings us his report from Netherdale.
Gala came into this one in fine fettle on the back of 3 wins, while Watsonians were rooted to the foot of the table after 6 straight losses. And it didn't take Gala long to justify their favourites tag. Richie Todd on his 100th game for Gala crashed over after a line-out drive, Craig Dodds converting. Taylor Wilson was next to cross after a move involving a Gregor Mean dummy that sent half the Watsonians team for a hot dog. Dodds missed the conversion, but he was soon to scoot over for a try after a huge carry by the big prop Marius Tomasatis. This time Dodds did convert, and it was his interception that led to the bonus point try for Gala, Murray Wilson the beneficiary, and this took it to 26-0 at the interval. The second half started much the same as the first, Taylor Wilson sneaking over after a line-out parted like the Red Sea. The veteran Stevie Cairns followed him over the whitewash shortly thereafter, darting over from a 5-metre scrum without a hand laid on him. Fergus Johnson then bagged a quick-fire brace, both of which were converted to bring up the half-century for Gala, and that was the last of the scoring. So a good win for the Maroons in readiness for the big derby against Melrose next weekend. As for Watsonians, they look badly affected by players lost to Super 6, and they need to find something from somewhere and quick. Final score here at Netherdale, it's Gala 50, Watsonians 0.
Today was another challenge for us, and Watsonians were pretty well organised, so we knew we had to come down and play reasonably well to get 4 points, and we did well up until half time, and then the game went to uncontested scrums at half time, so the second half was a bit more difficult, but look, we managed it, and we've got a couple of sore bodies, so yeah, we'll have to rest up for next week, which what will be a big game across at the Green Yards, but that's what rugby's all about, so we're looking forward to it now.
KELSO have had 2 big games which didn't go their way against Ayr and then Biggar. Today they faced Heriots at Poynter Park, and Andrew Fleming watched that one.
A clinical first half display ensured that Heriots left Poynter Park with maximum points this afternoon after an entertaining 34-22 victory over KELSO. The visitors took the lead on 11 minutes when, after some sustained pressure, the ball was shipped wide to fly half Rory Carmichael, who found his way to the line, with John Semple's conversion attempt drifting wide of the uprights. KELSO responded well to going behind, however, and levelled the score just 4 minutes later, when Ben Lyle's pass allowed Dwayne Patterson to dart through the visiting defence for an unconverted score. The parity was short-lived though, with Osung Quinn evading a number of KELSO tacklers to restore Hert's advantage with 18 minutes gone. Midway through the first half, the visitors began to start their authority on proceedings with a kick and chase score down the right-hand touchline from Charlie Simpson. This was soon followed by the bonus point score as centre Quinn weaved through the KELSO defence for a second of the afternoon, Semple adding the extras for a 19 points advantage. The home side desperately needed the next score, and it came shortly before the break, as good hands along the backline resulted in a try from Matt Kindness, meaning the half-time score read KELSO 12, Heriots 24. Into the second half, and KELSO continued to work away at the deficit with an unconverted score from young flanker Archie Cowans, who burrowed his way over from close range, before a penalty from fullback Semple nudged Heriots further ahead on 50 minutes. In a second half in which both teams had chances, the contest was put to bed with 10 minutes remaining as tight head Ross Hutchison drove over from a 5-metre scrum. Vitally though, KELSO didn't finish the match empty-handed as captain Frankie Robson salvaged a try bonus point after one of his powerful trademark runs to the line. Full-time at Poynter Park, KELSO 22, Heriots 34.
Ill-discipline is costing us at crucial times in the game. Fair enough, Heriots come down and they played well early doors. We got a few tries up. We were always in the game, but just Heriots just had that advantage. And as I say, it's probably the worst we've played this season. We've come away with a point and frustrating thing the last couple of weeks. We've played really well against a couple of top teams, come away with nothing. So it's just finding that balance. But all in all, it's a disappointing day at home, especially at Poynter. We just have to learn from mistakes again, because it's killing us every week, the discipline. Because it's happening, every team's getting it. We just seem to struggle, break down situations, certain areas. We'll work at it again Tuesday night and look forward to Boroughmuir on Saturday away.
In the other Tennent's National 1 games, Ayr beat Boroughmuir by 58 points to 10. Biggar increase their unbeaten record yet again by winning against Cartha Queen's Park by 47 points to 24. Melrose went down at Highland, only their second defeat of the season, 26 points to 20. And Stirling Wolves got the better of Dundee by 33 points to 17. In National 2, good news for Peebles. They went to Falkirk and won by 31 points to 30, literally with the last kick of the game from the touchline from Greg Rayburn. They also sealed their try bonus as well. We heard from coach Lewis Bertram.
for a neutral, I think it was a cracking game. Lots of two teams that threw the ball out and attacked, and we came back having been 13 points down with 10 minutes to go. Greg Runsdale a kick from the touchline to win the game. Delighted to get the win. Maybe not quite the performance in defence I'd have liked, but we've got the win, so 5 points.
And of course you're building momentum all the time, aren't you, with more wins?
Yeah, and I think we've got a run of games that, you know, we've got to really target to keep going and keep that momentum going. And hopefully keep pushing us up table. It's such a tight league. National 2, you know, we're sitting in 7th, having only lost 2 games before the start of today. And I imagine we'll not be any higher than 4th now. But so we just need to keep getting points on the board and putting pressure on the leaders at the moment. That's all we can hope to do.
Berwick's game against Ardrossan Accies in National 3 was called off due to COVID in the Ardrossan camp. So moving on to East League 1 and a defeat at home for Duns against Broughton, 50 points to 12. Here's captain Dave Hutchison.
Yeah, it was another tough day for us today. Broughton came, they were very, very physical, played really well. Offloading game was really, really good, and we had no match for it in the first half. Our defence just wasn't there. We were still sleeping. We managed to stay in the flow in the second half, and some of the young lads played really well. Elliot Cook, really good. Ollie Smith, some big carries. And then in the second half, we got a couple of the older lads to come on, and it kind of stemmed it a bit. Scrum shored up a little bit. Line out was better. But yeah, going forward, probably need to look a little bit at just the defence on our side. We're just leaking too many tries, and soft tries as well. So it's nothing we can't fix. We just have to try and sort of toughen up a little bit. But yeah, young lads played really well today. Another good shift from Lewis Hardy, Tommy Duran, who was the first season. So yeah, really good to see.
In East League 2, Langham's unbeaten record has gone at Dunbar, 45 points to 18, and no luck on the road for White-Lindeen either at North Berwick. Here's Gary Alexander.
It was a tough day for the Lindeen at North Berwick as they returned home with nothing from their visit to Recreation Park. The Royal Blues started brightly and a lot of early pressure, but were met with strong defence from the home team. The Lindeen missed a penalty kick at goal and opted for the corner or scrums with other similar awards, but they simply couldn't find a way through the North Berwick wall. North Berwick had the better of the first period, and tries from Fraser Gilvray and Ethan Telfer with a conversion from Angus Elder had them 12-0 in front. Lindeen skipper James Rowley and scrum half Ian Wood both had darts at the line, but each were stopped just short. Turning around 12 points behind, the visitors needed a good start to the second period, but it was quite the reverse as hard-running number 8 Finn Hobbis set up Ian Dove for a try converted by Telfer, and soon after Hobbis himself went over from short range for the bonus point try. With the Lindeen having lost Matthew Huggin to a yellow card in the first half, wing forward Rory Graham followed suit for too many offside calls, and soon after both scrum halves, Ian Wood and Ethan Telfer, departed for 10 minutes following a tangle. In the last 10 minutes, tries for Stuart Lorimer and Connor Johnson with a fourth Elder conversion completed the scoring. The Lindeen's day was summed up when John Frew made a late searing break, seemingly wasn't held in the tackle as he continued his run into the 22, but the referee didn't agree and the penalty award ended a frustrating day for the visitors. Final score from Recreation Park, North Berwick 38, White-Lindeen 0.
In East League 3, Earlston were on their travels again, this time at Lismore. Here's Bill Poulsen.
Earlston went behind after just 5 minutes against Lismore at Inch Park when a loop and a full-back intrusion sent home centre Dan Langman in for a try. They conceded again 7 minutes later when left wing Tomasi Sorara picked up the ball to race 40 metres down the wing and went round to the posts for a try which Elliot Freeman converted. Earlston replied on 15 minutes when Captain Stephen Sessford dragged 2 defenders with him as he charged over for a try created from forward possession. But by half-time, the home side had collected a try bonus point thanks to further tries by Flying Fijian Sorara. If Earlston's plan for the second half was damage limitation, it succeeded in that Sorora did not add to his tally, but 3 minutes in, flanker Macaulay Parker stormed over for a try which Freeman converted, while Fraser Gillen added a further try just after the hour. Earlston stuck to their task and pressed the home side purposefully in the final 15 minutes, but could not add to their first half try. They may need that attitude and more next week when they visit table-topping Dalkeith. But this afternoon it ended Lismore 34, Earlston 5.
Also in East League 3, Galloway M went down to Edinburgh University by 53 points to 12. Finally, a dip into the semi-junior border league, and HAWICK Youth retained their unbeaten record with a good win against Selkirk Youth. Here's Jamie Grant.
A well-earned victory for HAWICK against Selkirk in their under-18 semi-junior league bout at the Volunteer in HAWICK. The match began with some disjointed play from HAWICK's offence that was held off well by Selkirk's strong pack of forwards. Selkirk managed to get a penalty kick from HAWICK, secured by Cameron Eason, playing in the centre. Although HAWICK used this to rally and push forward with some great play from their backs so that winger Finlay Douglas could get a touchdown. After a missed conversion, some good offence led to HAWICK winning their own penalty kick, secured by number 10 Owen Gray. A second penalty kick from Selkirk brought them back into the action, but an interception from HAWICK's Finlay Douglas gained a second try for both HAWICK and himself, with a further try from their centre Justin Tate, both of which were converted by Owen Gray, putting HAWICK well in command at the break. In the second half, Selkirk upped their intensity and really applied pressure to HAWICK. Unfortunately, a few handling errors held them back from making any big plays. HAWICK ended it with a try from their flanker Rory Forbes, which was also converted by Owen Gray. HAWICK unfortunately picked up 2 injuries, one in number 12, Scott Young, taking a hit to the back of his head, and another in number 11, Sean McMeekin, taking a bad fall on his leg. All in all, a decent show from HAWICK, securing their place at the top of the table, while Selkirk now know exactly what they have to work on to improve. Final score, 29-6 to HAWICK.